Hello, viewers. I am Mr. Dilip Kumar Pal, stand before you with a topic: role of Jyotirao Govindrao Phule for Dalit movements in India. It is found in plus 3 fifth semester DSE-2 paper, and the name of the paper is Development Process and Social Movements in Contemporary India. Today we'll take off role of Jyotirao Govindrao Phule, Phule, Phule for Dalit movements in India. Because for Dalit movements in India, many leaders were responsible, many social reformers were responsible. Among them, Jyotirao Govindrao Phule was one. But before I discuss role of Jyotirao Govindrao Phule for Dalit movements in India, I want to inform my viewers that my channel name is @Dilip Kumar Pal 9375. Never forget. In this channel, you will find videos from plus 3 first semester to plus 3 sixth semester political science honors, videos from plus 3 first semester to fifth semester ethics and values, which is for all arts, science and commerce, and videos from plus 3 first semester to second semester political science general elective, and some videos of environmental studies for plus 3 first semester. This is all about plus 3 level, and some plus 2 first year, plus 2 second year political science videos are also in this channel. So I want to inform my viewers that any topic you want in form of video, just write my name Dilip Kumar Pal and the name of the topic in Google or YouTube. You'll get videos in English as well as in Odia. Any video you will find in English, be sure its Odia version is in the channel. Any video you will find in Odia, be sure that its English version is also in the channel. Let us start. Role of Jyotirao Govindrao Phule for Dalit movements in India. Jyotirao Govindrao Phule, who was born on 1827 and died on 1890, occupies an unique position among social reformers of Maharashtra. Jyotirao Govindrao Phule, who was born in the year 1827 and died in the year 1890, was a great social reformer of Maharashtra. While other reformers concentrated more on reforming the social institutions like family, marriage, status of women and their rights, but Phule revolted against the unjust caste system under which millions of people had suffered for centuries. He courageously upheld the cause of untouchables or Dalits or Harijans or Avarnas. Following are his role for Dalit movements in India. Jyotirao Govindrao Phule, who was born in 1827 and died in 1890, was a great social reformer of Maharashtra. But there is a difference between Jyotirao Govindrao Phule and other social reformers. The difference is that other social reformers of Maharashtra, they wanted to bring reformations in social institutions like family, marriage, status of women, rights of women. But Jyotirao Govindrao Phule wanted to bring about a reformation in Indian caste system. He strongly revolted against the evils of Indian caste system which were prevalent since 1000 years. So he played a very important role in Dalit movements in India. So what were the major roles of Govindrao, Jyotirao, Phule for Dalit movements in India? Role of Jyotirao, Govindrao, Phule for Dalit movements in India. Number one, equality of all people. The most important role of Phule for Dalit movement in India was that he propagated the idea that God is the creator of the universe and parent of the people of all castes, including higher caste and lower castes. As all people are his children, so all people are equal. This idea inspires Dalit movements in India. The first role, a major role of Phule for Dalit movements in India was his idea of equality of all people. He viewed that all people are equal because God is the creator of the universe. So he is the parents of all people of all castes. As people of all castes are his children, so all people are equal. So there is no differences among people of all castes. So people of all castes are equal. Dalits are not inferior or other castes are not superior. So his first role for the Dalit movements in India was the idea of equality of all people. It inspired Dalit movements in India. Number two, promote education among Dalits. Another role of Phule for Dalit movements in India was that he promote education among Dalits. How? Another role of Phule for Dalit movements in India was that he took efforts to spread education among Dalits. He felt that education is a mean to increase awareness among Dalits and promote their economic development. But Dalits were prohibited by Brahman to have education for 1000 years. In 1848, he established first Dalit school for Dalit girls. In 1851 and 1852, he established again two schools for Dalits. He gave more importance to education of Dalit women than men. So once he told, if you educate a man, you educate an individual. If you educate a woman, you educate an entire family. So another role of Phule for Dalit movement in India was promote education among children. He tried to promote education among children. He tried to promote education among Dalits. And because he felt that education is a mean to create awareness among Dalits and it is a mean for their economic development. So he wanted to promote education among Dalits because he felt that through education, people of Dalits will be conscious, they will be aware, and they will have economic development. So for Dalits, he established many schools. In 1848, he established first Dalit school for Dalit girls. In 1848, he established first Dalit school for Dalit girls. In 1851 and 1852, he established again two schools for Dalits. He gave more importance to education of Dalit women than Dalit men. He gave priority to education of Dalits, which were prevented by Brahmins, since 1000 years. And he gave more importance to education of Dalit women than Dalit men. How? Once he said, if you educate a man, you can educate an individual. But if you can educate a woman, you can educate an entire family. If you will educate a man, you can educate an individual. If you will educate a woman, you can educate a family. So he gave priority to education of Dalits. It inspired Dalit movements in India. It is another role. Number 3, oppose caste discrimination. He opposed caste discrimination or caste feelings. Another role of Phule for Dalit movement in India was that he opposed caste discrimination, which was prevalent in India for 1,000 years. He did not believe in the Chaturvarna system of Hinduism. He regarded all people as equal. Another role of Dalit movement, another role of Phule for Dalit movement in India was oppose caste discrimination. Another role of Phule for Dalit movement in India was that he opposed caste discrimination, which was prevalent in India for 1,000 years. He did not believe in the Chaturvarna system of Hinduism. He regarded all people as equal. Another role of Phule for Dalit movement in India was that he opposed caste discriminations. He opposed caste feelings, which was prevalent in India for 1,000 years. He viewed that all people are equal. All castes are equal. There must not be any caste feelings. Number 4, refused to regard Veda as sacrosanct principle. Another role of Phule to inspire Dalit movement in India was that he did not regard Veda as the sacrosanct principle. Why? Another role of Phule for Dalit movement in India was that he regarded those Hindu scriptures, including Veda, as not sacrosanct because these scriptures supported caste system in Hindu religion. He regarded those scriptures as means of Brahmins to control lower castes or Dalits. Another role of Phule for Dalit movement in India was that he did not regard Veda and other Hindu religions as sacrosanct or sacred scriptures because the Hindu scriptures, including the Veda, support caste system or Hindu Varna system or Chaturvarna system. So as these Hindu scriptures, including the Veda, support Chaturvarna system or caste system, he did not regard them as valuable or sacrosanct. Now 5, argument for eradication of untouchability. Another role of Phule for the Dalit movement in India, he argued for eradication of untouchability. He argued strongly to eradicate untouchability. Untouchability is a social evil. He argued strongly for eradication of untouchability. In his book Gulamgiri, published in 1873, he criticized untouchability and inequality. Another argument of Phule, another role of Phule for Dalit movement in India is argument for eradication of untouchability. He argued to eradicate untouchability. He argued strongly for eradication of untouchability. In his book Gulamgiri, published in 1873, he criticized untouchability and inequality. In his book Gulamgiri, published in 1873, he criticized untouchability. So it inspired Dalit movement in India. Nobody in the society will be untouchable. 6, encourage Dalits to fight for injustice. He encouraged Dalits to fight for injustice. It is another important role of Phule to encourage Dalit movement in India. Encourage Dalits to fight for injustice. He advised Dalits to fight for injustice. He said no one should tolerate injustice, whether it is against him or another. Another role of Phule for Dalit movement in India, he encouraged Dalits to fight for injustice. He advised Dalits not to tolerate justice, even if it is against them or even if it is against other. 7, resist exploitation of Dalits. He resisted exploitation of Dalits. He viewed that nobody should be exploited. It inspired Dalit movement in India. He did not tolerate exploitation of Dalits in the society, so he carried out various mass movements for it. He resisted exploitation of Dalits, so he carried out many Dalit movement in India to protest exploitation against Dalits. Number 8, formation of Satya Sodhak Samaj. Formation of Satya Sodhak Samaj. On 24th September 1873. To propagate his idea, humans are great by their qualities, Bhat or Brahmins are not the middlemen necessary to worship God. Rituals, rebirth, penance, or incarnation are not real. He formed an organization known as Satya Sodhak Samaj to propagate his idea. He formed Satya Sodhak Samaj to propagate his idea on 24th September 1873. He formed this Satya Sodhak Samaj to propagate his ideas like humans are great by their qualities. Nobody is inferior in society, nobody is superior in society, but human beings are known for their quality. They are great by their qualities. Number two, Bhat or Brahmins are not the middlemen necessary to worship God. Brahmins are not necessary to worship God. There is no middleman to worship God. Every person can worship God directly. Number three, rituals, rebirth, penance, incarnations are not real. Rituals, different type of rituals for the religions. Rebirth, the after death, again the rebirth, penance, fasting, and incarnations means God has many incarnations. After the death, God has many incarnations. It is known as avatars. They are not real. 9. Publication of book in 1889, Sarvajanik Satya Dharma. He published a book in 1889 known as Sarvajanik Satya Dharma. In this book, he told all men are equal, nobody is superior, nobody is inferior. He published a book known as Sarvajanik Satya Dharma in 1889. In that book, he told all men are equal. All castes are equal. Nobody is superior, nobody is inferior. So Dalits are not inferior. 10. Gave no importance to Brahmin. He gave no importance to Brahmins. And there was no need of Brahmin to pray God. All men are equal. Another idea of Phule, which inspired Dalit movement, was that he gave no importance to Brahmins. He said all people are equal. There is no need for Brahmins, there is no need for priests to worship God. So there is nobody who is superior, there is nobody who is inferior. So Brahmins are not superior. There is no need of priest class, no need of Brahmins. All men are equal. So he gave no importance to Brahmin. 11. Gave priority to happiness of all and welfare of all. He believed not to ignore the interest of any class, rather he gave priority to happiness and welfare of all, including the least. Another idea of Jyotirao, Govindrao, Phule, which inspired Dalit movement in India, he told about happiness of all, welfare of all, including the least. He viewed that welfare and happiness must be for all. He gave importance to happiness and welfare of all, including Dalits. So, all these 11 important roles of Phule inspire Dalit movement in India. So, I request my viewers to subscribe the channel at the rate Dilip Kumar Pal 9375. So, new videos will come to you. And aware of your friends, those who are ignorant of this channel, maybe of +2 or +3. So some students will be benefited. By giving help to anybody, there will not be any loss. It is a symptom or quality of a human being. Thank you. Have a good day.